Mudavadi, Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs and Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, and Right Honorable Raila Odinga, former Prime Minister of Kenya and Kenya's candidate for the Chairman of African Union Commission, and we have the PS Singwe,
yes,
for State Department for Foreign Affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, let's want to start the press conference. Let us all be here. Let us be ready. I welcome Excellencies, and we will start with our Prime Cabinet Secretary.
We are here once again so that we can update you, and through you, the nation, on the steps so far as we rally around the candidature of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga for the AUC chair position. So I will make some remarks, and then I will invite the Right Honorable Raila Odinga to also make some comments. And you'll definitely be hearing from us from time to time as we forge ahead to be able to achieve victory in February 2025. You will recall that last time we were here, we gave some statements. At that time, we had not formally presented the Prime Minister's documentation to the AU, but now that has happened, and therefore we thought it is appropriate that we now convey a message again to the Kenyan people about that particular development. But you recall in our remarks we said that Africa also needs a Baba. So we are here again to just re-emphasize that particular message. So let me make my formal statements. Early June this year, I updated the nation on Kenya's candidacy for the African Union Commission chairmanship. At the onset, may I commend Kenya's candidate for the chairmanship of the African Union Commission, the Right Honorable Odinga, for his energetic and strategic engagements across the continent and globally to ramp up support for his bid in the elections slated for February 2025. The country has formally submitted requisite documentation of Kenya's nominee for the African Union Commission chairmanship in the manner and form as required by the African Union Secretariat. As you are aware, the government dispatched a high-level delegation with the Principal Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Korir Singoi, who is known to me, including the strategy team of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, which included Elikana Odembo, who is here, and Mehboob, Ambassador Mehboob, and Makao Mutua, who is not with us at this point in time. They officially lodged the application to the Office of the Legal Counsel of the African Union through the Dean of Eastern Region. In his application, the Right Honorable Odinga has outlined his vision for the AUC, which is hinged on various focal areas, namely African integration and infrastructure development, the economic transformation of the continent, enhancing intra-Africa trade, financial independence, agricultural transformation, climate action, peace and security, youth empowerment, and gender equity and equality. Notably, since 2017, the African Union requires that before the 2025 elections, the candidates participate in a televised debate broadcast live to African citizens. This is an Africa leadership debate known as Mudavadi Africa. It allows the candidates to outline their vision and how they will lead the transformation of Africa through the implementation of the AU mandate and Africa's Agenda 2063. Additionally, the debate allows African citizens and other stakeholders to engage the candidates on issues they want addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, in this regard, our candidate is undoubtedly experienced and well prepared to participate in the live debate to engage the African people on how to propel the continent's growth and ensure Africa achieves its goals of African integration and sustainable development, thus making our continent a major player in the global arena. To this end, I wish to applaud our President, His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, and his government for fully, and I repeat the word fully, endorsing and supporting the candidature of Honorable Raila Odinga. To fellow Kenyans, as a nation, we have always come together to stand behind our own, whether on the tracks, the fields, or on the global stage. Just as we cheered our athletes in the recent Olympics, let us lend our full support to Honorable Raila as he carries the Kenya flag high in the race for the chairmanship of the African Union Commission. This is more than a candidacy. It is a national mission. Honorable Raila Odinga represents Kenya's voice, values, and aspirations on the continent. As he steps forward, let us stand with him, not just as a government, but as a united people. At this stage, let me just say that it is also programmed that next week, on the 27th of August 2024, His Excellency President Ruto will be formally launching the candidacy of the Kenyan candidate in the name of Raila Odinga. Thank you all, and God bless Kenya, God bless Africa. At this juncture, may I now invite the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga to make his remarks.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am very delighted to stand before you here today to just confirm what Minister Mudavadi has just said. We were here a few months ago, and we said that we will come back again here. Today, we have had very extensive discussions about my candidature. Because as we know, since we were here last time, a lot of water under the bridge. I have had an occasion to travel across the continent, meeting with different leaders of the continent. And I just want to say that I've been very pleased and impressed with the optimism that these leaders are expressing regarding the African Union. African Union is the vehicle that was founded by the founding fathers of our nation. And the intention was to try to unite Africa. You remember Kwame Nkrumah said that Africa must unite. Unite or we perish. And over the years, there have been challenges that have been faced by leadership of the continent. But I want to say that we're happy to see that today the African Union has come of age from the ashes of the Organization of African Unity. But the African Union needs to be strengthened for it to be able to enable African countries to realize the dream of the founding fathers of our continent. A united, peaceful, and prosperous Africa, where the citizens themselves feel that they are free as a people and united and can work productively in the continent. There are several areas where Africa is having a problem. Issues of health care, issues of education, issues of wealth creation, employment in the continent is a major issue. As you know that many young African boys drown in the Mediterranean as they try to run away from the poverty and other challenges in the continent, seeking greener pastures in Europe. This does not have to happen. If we create conducive and enabling environment for these people to be more gainfully employed on the continent of Africa. The issue of climate change is a major challenge. Africa is a victim rather than the main offender. But Africa, at the moment, pays a very heavy price. As you can see here in our own country, we live between twin disasters, floods and drought. Many of our people perish, livestock die in those periods. How do we arrest this phenomenon? How can we make a contribution? And how can we also negotiate more effectively for compensation from the offenders who have continued to discharge the carbon monoxide in the atmosphere? We need a stronger voice. As individual countries, Africa is weak. But as one united Africa, you can have a much stronger voice to be able to negotiate more effectively for compensation. Energy is another major issue here. Most African countries suffer from energy deficiency. Yes, Africa itself has got an abundance of resources for renewable energy. We have a lot of solar energy potential on the continent. We have geothermal, we have wind, we have waves, we have hydro in large quantities, which we all need to harness to make Africa energy self-sufficient. So many things which you will intend to deal with when we go up there. So I am a candidate, as I mentioned, and I'm happy that the Kenya government has come forward to make me a formal candidate. As you have already told, we have already submitted our application as required by the AU, the Secretariat. And from now on, it is all systems go. So we will be addressing other issues as we move forward. But I want to thank the leadership of the continent who have expressed confidence, and also the people of our country, Kenya. I will need your support in this campaign. I thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellencies, for your statement. And as we say, the train has left the station, the journey has begun. So, members of the press, I'm coming to you. I just wanted to recognize the statements that have been made. And now you'll have an opportunity to ask a few questions. You're just going to have 2-3 questions. And please identify yourself and your media organization. We take it from there. Thank you. So, with your permission, Excellencies, we will have a few questions.
Yes,
but not
before,
too many. Not
before you do that, let me acknowledge that I have here the PS Foreign Affairs, Dr. Korir Singoi. I have the PS Raymond Omolo from the Interior. And then I have PS Aurelia Rono, responsible for parliamentary affairs. And then I have the Chief of Staff, Joe Busiega, and my good team of advisors and officials in the ministry. I think I'll give Mheshimiwa Raila an opportunity to...
Yes, thank you. Here is also my team. You can see Caroline Karugu, the former Deputy Governor in Nyeri County, and you have Pauline Joroge, and then you have got Ambassador Elkanah Odembo, you have Ambassador Mahbub, and Mr. Okara. This is a part of my team for this AU campaign.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Excellency, and congratulations on your candidature, Honorable Odinga. My name is Ibrahim Karanja from NTV. I have one question, and the question is, were there other candidates, to you, Musalia Mudavadi, were there other candidates in Kenya who met the criteria of being considered for the Africa Union chairmanship? And if so, why was the public not made aware of them? Thank you.
First of all, let me just state that the government of Kenya reserves the right and has the right as to whom they can nominate as a candidate. And we want to be very candid here that we have the best in Raila Amolo Odinga. And we want the country to appreciate that and rally behind Amolo Odinga. I want to make it very clear that any other issues at this point in time are sideshows. We want to be focused on presenting a credible, respected statesman for the AU chair. And I can tell you, anybody who is talking outside that does not fit that bill. So I will end there.
Now, I have one question for the former premier. Recently you tweeted, or you made a post, your team made a post about your intentions to go for the African Union Commission chairperson seat. And you said your first priority is your home country, to stabilize the country politically. Do you think you're giving the continent an impression that you are still and who is still bogged down by the politics?
Well, you know that I'm going to begin to work for the continent once I'm elected. That's going to be in February next year. At the moment, I'm involved in the campaign, but that does not mean that Kenya ceases to exist. I'm not going to be very active in Kenyan politics henceforth, as I
We continue seeing additional faces behind you. Question after.
Instant coffee. So you'll continue to be seeing different faces around me as things move on. More people will join, so others will exit. That is normal. There's no problem about that at all. I think your first question is similar to the second one, because I don't see any difference between what you've asked and the second question. It's almost the same thing. Thank you.
I just want to emphasize that I've indicated to you that in the next few days, the President will also be giving a formal communication to the nation on this candidacy. And there are issues that will come out, including for you to know who are going to be part and parcel of the process going forward. But indeed, some of them are standing with us today.
My name is Justus Ucheng from Daily Nation. As you've said that the President will next week be officially launching the campaign for our Prime Minister for his youth candidacy. What actually does that mean? What is it that is going to happen on that particular day, and has the campaign calendar?
Systematic. At this point in time, it is important that the President of the Republic of Kenya also communicates formally to the Kenyan people, to the continent, and to the world that we are all. The other issue are details which we shall work out, and the Secretariat will work out on this, and the government will also play its part, because this is a Kenya nominee. So I will not give you any numbers now, but the only thing I can tell you is that to be a candidate, apart from you fitting the bill in terms of competence, it will also require relation of
This matter, this is just the beginning. So I think we will excuse the principals to leave because they have other responsibilities. And so we wish to thank you, Prime Cabinet Secretary and Right Honorable Raila Odinga, for this press conference. And I'm sure we will keep on sharing information as the campaign evolves. So thank you very much, and all the team members. And again, we wish you well in this. Thank you. Excellencies, there will be a photo. There will be photos. So let all the teams join in. We have a photo session. So thank you very much, and thank you for coming for this event.